What's up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Before we get started, guys, please hit the like button down below. And if this is your first time on the channel and you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you get reminded every time I bring a brand new video. All right, guys, so I got this quick clip from the Piers Morgan show where he is basically going back and forth with this guy named Ernest for calling him a racist. So this guy called Piers Morgan a racist on Twitter, and he did it multiple times. So Piers Morgan gave him the opportunity to come on his own show and basically defend his premise and explain what he means by what he said. So let's watch the clip together and then we'll react to it and talk about it in the comment section together. Let's get into it.
I'm sorry, Ernest Owens. I do beg your pardon. Ernest Owens, thank you very much indeed for joining me. And now, I don't know much about you, other than you wrote a piece last week for Rolling Stone magazine saying cancel culture is good for democracy. So I'm going to come to that ludicrous premise in a minute.
How is cancel culture good for democracy? The premise of democracy is having multiple options and sides that either disagree and give you different opportunities to pick for different things that you believe in. But if you have one side of the culture that's controlling the narrative, that's not democracy. That's communism. That you're controlling all of the narrative when you have people that disagree with you or a side that disagrees with you. How that is literally the opposite of democracy. Cancel culture is inherently going against democracy itself.
But I also remember you tweeting when I left Good Morning Britain a series of tweets calling me a racist, including enjoying how folks keep getting Piers Morgan together for his racist tirades against Meghan Markle on Good Morning Britain. I was just curious, could you remember a single racist thing that I said about her or have ever said about her?
Well, thank you for having me on, Piers. I was surprised when I found out.
Yeah. Well, we already know what we finna get.
I would be on your show.
We're an uncensored show, Ernest. We take all types on it.
He said we take all types on. We take all types on here.
Well, all types. Well, there you go. But I think really a lot of it just seemed to be biased. I think that you was really just harsh on the Duchess of Sussex. And I think there was a little bit of bias in the way that you had really gone after her.
Yeah, but Ernest, to be clear, I didn't ask you about that. I just said, what were the racist tirades? What racist thing have I ever said about Meghan Markle? I'm curious. You tweeted quite a few times that I was a racist. I'm just curious, what was the racism?
I said your remarks was racist. I didn't say verbatim.
What were the remarks that were racist?
I think that it's biased. I think that you had a sense of bias of how you were speaking about her and how you was really being insensitive to her mental health.
Sorry,
and how you being biased a lot of her concerns.
Being biased or skeptical of some of her claims is not the same as being racist. What was the thing I said that was racist?
I never. Hold on. Do you want the person of color to speak, or do you want to just talk over me?
Nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest.
Wait, what?
Sorry, nothing to do with your skin color. I don't care if you're black or white or anything else.
I
just want you to try and tell me, given you tweeted to your many followers repeatedly.
Are you going to let me talk?
By the way,
repeatedly,
you did this repeatedly. You have called me a racist repeatedly for racist things I've said about Meghan Markle.
I said you made racist remarks. I did not call you a racist.
To stand by what you...
Okay, so what are those racist remarks? If you're accusing somebody of making racist remarks, that means there has to be evidence of those remarks. This is a really simple, direct conversation. Hey, you said I made racist remarks. Okay, what were those racist remarks? Tell me what I said. Well, you're criticizing them. To these people, if you criticize any, especially if you're a straight white male nowadays, if you criticize anybody, it's racist. It doesn't matter what community or what group of people that you criticize. If you are a straight white man, you cannot criticize nobody. Nobody.
You tweeted. What was it I said about Meghan Markle?
I am. Would you let me talk?
Ever that's been racist?
Are you going to let me talk, or are you just going to overtalk me?
Just
'Cause
answer
I
the
think
question. Stop answering different questions.
That's microaggression. You're asking a black person to explain how what you did could be perceived as racist, and rather than let me finish talking, you're overtalking me and being highly defensive.
Am I being
So I
racist
feel
again,
like a hit
Ernest?
dog is hollering right now.
Am I being racist again?
Yeah, according to them, you're being racist, Piers, because you're criticizing a. I don't want to assume, his preference, but somebody that's a little sassy. You're criticizing somebody that's not a white man. So yeah, you're being racist, Piers.
You're being dismissive. Can I actually talk? Or
Maybe
you just
because you're
gonna
not
overtalk
answering the
me? 'Cause
question,
what's the point of you being on the show? Okay, so can I answer the question?
Yes,
Piers?
you can. Please do.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So your targeting of Meghan Markle's mental health, gaslighting her specifically, calling to question the legitimacy of her claims about the royal family being racist, you dismissing those claims, you consistently having a sense of badgering her and targeting her, it's felt like on my end that there was some racial bias there. Now, you may feel
Because
like
he's
it's
white.
not. Maybe it's racism, maybe it's misogynoir, maybe it's a combination of both her gender and her.
So if you criticize somebody, it has to be some type of phobic. You're homophobic, you're transphobic, you're racist, you're bigoted. That's why you criticize them. It's not because of their character, it's not because of their behavior, it's not because of their attitude, it's not because anything that they've done, but specifically because you hate something about them as a person, their race, their sexuality, their gender. That's where their criticism stems from. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. At all. So you can't criticize anybody. You basically cannot criticize anybody, especially if you are a straight white man.
Race, but it was perceived by thousands of people. 57,000 people had called Good Morning Britain about some of your behavior.
No, you see, you've got to be very careful,
you've been
Ernest.
mischaracterizing the
Ernest.
situation on Fox.
Ernest.
You act like it's just Meghan Markle, but it wasn't just Meghan Markle. It was other people who had concerns.
Ernest, you do have to be careful when you spew more lies, unfortunately, because 57,000
Weren't
people...
you not spewing lies
I'm about
on
to
Fox
explain
News?
what you just said was wrong, a lie. 57,000...
Or you're going to give your interpretation.
If you're going to let me answer the question, 57,000...
Go ahead, Piers.
Ernest, 57,000 people complained to Ofcom, the TV regulator, and guess what?
Correct.
5 months later, every one of the complaints was thrown out, and Ofcom found in my favour to have my right to free speech and freedom of expression. But I come back to my initial point about you. You repeatedly tweeted to many people that I'm a racist, and I'm simply asking you to name one single comment. Ernest, one single comment I've ever made
between racist comments.
So did I say?
I mean, I think you don't know the difference. If he made racist comments, what are the comments? What say? Hey, Piers, you said Meghan Markle is da 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 da, or Meghan Markle is this. I hate Meghan da da da. Hey, what comment? You don't know the difference, buddy. You have no idea the difference. These people love to project. Oh my goodness.
A racist tirade. What was it?
I felt like your attacking of Meghan Markle was racially biased.
Oh, you felt like
and I
it.
believe
you felt like it was your feeling.
I felt that way.
It was your feeling that I'm a racist.
Yeah, so there's no facts here.
I felt like what you did was racially insensitive. I never said verbatim on Twitter that you were a racist. I said you made racist
actually,
remarks.
you just said
you
enjoying how folks
tirade,
keep getting
and
Piers
there's a
Morgan
difference.
together for his racist tirades. We're actually looking at your tweet now, Ernest, and there were plenty more. In fact, while I'm talking to you, we'll dig the others out. Just go and dig them out, folks. Here's my point, Ernest. The
Piers got them
reason that people
receipts.
think that I may have had a racist connotation to my criticism of Meghan Markle is because people like you, high-profile black people in America, kept saying that without any evidence. And now I've got you on my show. I'm finally able to ask you, why did you tell lies about me?
You're blaming the black guy?
I'm not blaming the black guy. I'm blaming you as a high-profile black man for claiming wrongly and defensively that I was racist in my motivation towards my criticism of Meghan Markle, which, to be clear, my criticism of her and Prince Harry is I think they both tell lies. They both recently said they didn't mean to call the royal family racist when we heard them say it with their own mouths on national television. So my point to you, Ernest, is you can say these things, You can say these things on Twitter, but when you're actually
You
held
said
to
the things
account
you said
for
about
them,
Meghan Markle,
you
and look at the
have
impact
any
it had on her
evidence
mental
to
health.
support
You
what
have
you're
a bigger
saying.
platform than me, and you've attacked Meghan Markle, and it's impacted her mental health. And I feel like
God.
someone like me, as a black person, defending her as an innocent black woman in that situation, I felt like I was standing up for her. You need to be accountable for your impact and your power.
Oh, I
You have a
stand by
big
everything I
platform,
said.
you have a big influence, and you're trying to play a victim
I stand
in
by.
what you
Oh,
did
I'm
to
not a
Meghan
victim.
Markle, and it was disrespectful.
No, Ernest, I'm
These
not a victim.
these people love claiming high-profile black people when it's convenient. I could tell you, not a single day in my life have I looked at Meghan Markle and would have assumed she was black. Nobody on this earth would look at Meghan Markle and be like, "That's a black woman." Nobody. And I don't even know what she is to this day. Somebody a couple days yesterday told me that she's half black. I didn't know that. I thought that was a white woman, to be honest with you. I really did.
See, I mean, I'm not a
Are you a
racist.
victim? Are you a victim, Piers?
Ernest, I'm not a victim and I'm not a racist. I'm somebody who listened
never
to
called
that.
you racist. I said you made
listened to the
racist
Oprah
remarks.
Winfrey. Just let me finish.
Oh, you
speaking.
still ain't-
I listened to the Oprah Winfrey show. I watched it, and I identified immediately a number of lies. And I said that on air the next morning. Other guests disagreed with me, and you were delighted about the way they came after me, and that's fine. But then you said I was racist repeatedly. That my
You said
criticism
other comments.
was
Piers, hold on,
racially
Piers.
motivated.
You're being intellectually dishonest. You did not just say she was a liar. You questioned other aspects of her mental health.
No,
You
I said I
questioned
didn't
other
believe them.
aspects of it as offensive. Repeat what you said.
I said I didn't.
Repeat what you said.
I said I didn't believe her
Okay.
Why?
because there is no evidence.
Well, he doesn't believe. He thinks he doesn't believe her because she's black. Oh, this dude is a moron, bro. Anybody that criticizes somebody that's a different race is because of their race. No, dude. He probably just thinks she's a piece of shit. That's it. He doesn't believe her. Oh well. Oh well. That you are nuts, bro.
Evidence to support the claims that she made. She said she went to a
So
senior member.
her
I'm
expressing
about
what
to tell
happened
you,
to her, how she
Ernest.
felt, was no evidence?
Ernest, I'm about to tell you what I said.
Still ugly as hell.
She said she went to a senior member of Buckingham Palace staff and said she was feeling suicidal, and that member of staff said she couldn't get help. That story doesn't reappear in Harry's 415-page book and has never been substantiated by anybody else, nor has it been repeated by Meghan Markle.
You didn't know that when you said that,
I'm
though,
afraid.
but you did not know that when you said
Sorry,
that.
I didn't believe it. It
Okay,
didn't
yeah.
sound true. And by the way,
But why?
I'm allowed...
But why you didn't believe it?
Ernest,
Why?
Ernest,
You're
'Cause she's
allowed,
black.
So,
I'm
you're allowed to believe that
Ernest,
she's lying, and I
I'm
can believe that
allowed
what
to
you said was
disbelieve
racially
her.
biased.
I'm allowed to disbelieve.
I'm allowed to believe
I'm allowed
that
to
what you
disbelieve
said
Prince
was racially
Harry,
biased.
and I'm also allowed to disbelieve you when you call me a racist because it's wrong, and you shouldn't do it.
I said that you made racist remarks. I did not call you a racist, Piers.
What are the remarks?
You're trying to make yourself a martyr in a situation that you started. You didn't have to go disrespectful below the belt with Meghan. You chose to do that. And now you're mad because
I chose
other
to
people disagree
criticise
with
her
you.
for
Dude
what
like
I
a
thought was a
Meghan fanboy.
disgusting attack on the British royal family.
You
Yeah, I
made
did.
ad hominem attacks against her character. You assassinated her character before the British press, and you know how the
by
tabloids
the
have
way,
been towards
I've
her.
been just as
You
scathing-
understood what you were doing.
I've been just as scathing, if not more so, against Prince Harry,
Yeah,
who I actually
exactly.
think is more to blame.
Didn't you? Now, I want to know if this is true. Riddle me this. Wasn't there a point in time where at least you tried to pursue a relationship with her? You all had
Absolute
history
nonsense.
before all of this.
What?
Ab-
Wait a minute. How is that relevant to any of this, even if it's true? Bro, you're trying to derail from the conversation because you know you are absolutely wrong.
Absolute nonsense.
that was
Another
nonsense.
lie. It's another lie. I met her once in my
Okay.
life.
Okay.
Okay, what do you mean, okay?
Yeah.
You found more tweets while we've been
I
talking
just
to you. Are
asked.
you calling me a British media racist darling? What does that mean,
Ow.
Ernest?
My God.
What does that mean?
It means that you have recently chosen, lately in your career, for whatever reason, you went the road of basically baiting into a lot of the biased coverage of Meghan Markle. And a lot of
Absolutely.
it has
You see,
been
this is the
racist
problem,
attacks. A lot of it
Ernest.
has been targeted towards her in a biased way. And
Why?
come on, can you admit
Maybe
that the
because she's a
coverage
horrible
around
person.
Meghan Markle has been racially biased? Can you
No,
admit that?
absolutely not.
Not talking
No.
about your work,
No, I think
but
it's
in
good.
general.
I think it's another load of absolute hogwash. Nonsense.
So you're dismissing the role of race in all of this. You don't think none of this has a role
I'm
in
saying
any
the
of the coverage
British
she's been getting?
media, the British media has never been racist about Meghan Markle. And it
Okay,
never-
that's just a lie.
And
We're
not a lie.
going to agree to disagree.
It's not
We're
a lie.
gonna
It's
agree
a
to
fact.
disagree.
It's a fact.
Wow.
No, it's not.
What is a lie?
No, it's not.
What is a lie, Ernest, is you telling people repeatedly, I'm a racist, and then you can't produce any evidence other than it's your
said
feeling.
you made a racist tirade.
Yeah.
And you're offended, but here's the thing:
I'm not
you're
offended.
blaming me for the criticism.
I'm not offended,
You said
Ernest.
you're
I'm
blaming
just
me as a
calling out-
high influential black
I'm
person, a
calling
black
out your
American.
lies, and by the
for
way,
why
it has
people are
nothing
questioning
again-
you. You're blaming me for your criticism.
It has nothing to do with your skin color, Ernest. I don't care.
But you
I
literally
care
said
when
you
you
said I was
lie.
a black influential person. You named my
Yes.
race. You said you're a black.
Come on, Bo. Think for a little bit. You as a black influential person, when you call somebody a racist, because of your influence, people are gonna tend to believe you. Because one, you're also that race itself. This dude does not know how to think.
A black influential person, and that's why
Yes.
people thought that way.
I think when
so why
high
did you bring
profile,
my race into it?
I think when-
Because black people follow you, and if you call somebody a racist and you're black yourself, the black folks that follow you will tend to believe you. That's why. Even if you make a false claim, it's not because this dude's an idiot, man. It's not because he's racist towards you. Because your skin color has an influence on the people that follow you as well. Because for some odd reason, y'all treat people based on their skin color. That's the problem.
high-profile black people like you go public on Twitter.
Okay,
and-
high-profile
Sorry,
black people
go-
like me.
like
Go
you,
ahead.
go public on Twitter and call me a racist. People
Like you went public on Meghan Markle. Continue.
People believe it, and you know what? It's a
And people
sickening
believe what you said about
lie.
Meghan Markle, or no?
It's a lie.
Well, apparently it was
we're gonna
true
leave it
what he
there,
said,
It's been
so-
lovely catching up with you.
Yeah. I grabbed a couple of comments. Let's go right through them. So somebody said, as a black person, I'm embarrassed. Next comment says, Ernest is an embarrassment on so many levels. He's a horrible person, bro. Next comment says, Ernest treats people differently based on skin color. He is literally acting out the definition of racism while falsely calling it out. Next comment says, almost speechless. This is what causes so much hate and vitriol on social media. People can make blanket statements to get likes and subscribers to grow a brand, not caring about all the ramifications after the fact and stroking racial tensions where there isn't any. It's very sad to see and scary. If you're going to call someone out for something so terrible and shameful, you literally need to be able to back it up and articulate your argument better than that. Perfectly said, perfectly said, perfectly said. Next comment says, I'm black and embarrassed by the man's actions. Piers asked him clear questions and he couldn't answer them. Next comment says, the most bizarre aspect of modern day media is that there are way too many weird individuals confusing young people worldwide on all levels. Next comment says, it's always the same when a person doesn't have a valid argument. They start with the knee-jerk racist accusation rubbish. And next comment says, fact that he has to keep mentioning his skin color as a way to argue is sad. It's truly pathetic. Next comment says, Piers gave that man a platform to make his claims valid, and that man made a fool of himself. That's the last comment, guys. I mean, this video, their segment could have been literally like 5-10 minutes. Hey, what statements did I make? Hey, you said this and this and this. And Piers probably would have apologized if it was true, but he would have made probably no statements like that anyway. So the guy should have came on there and apologized for calling Piers a racist when he couldn't back up his claims. And that would have been the end of the conversation in 5 minutes. So, all right, guys, that's the end of the video. I don't want to make this longer than it is. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you guys hit the like button, subscribe button if you enjoy my content, with the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.